Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. It's another Monday, which means it's a Mythic Monday, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Mythic Legion's Xarria. If Saturday morning cartoons fueled your imagination as a kid and powers your action figure collecting now as an adult, then you're in the right place. Thanks for stopping by, and welcome to Saturday Morning Toy Collector. And if you like my content, please consider subscribing. Alright, before we get started here, I just wanted to take a minute and thank my good buddy Greg. You guys know Greg. He does Double Jointed with me every Saturday. A few months ago, I told him I really wanted this figure and I was going to try to track her down. He's like, I've got an extra, and he just sent it to me out of the goodness of his heart. Didn't ask for any money. I just picked up something later down the road as a trade for him, sent it to him, and we're squared away. But thank you so much, buddy, for gifting me this beautiful figure. Now, taking a closer look at the package, you can see just about everything she comes with. We have her faction symbol here for Poxus, and on this side we have her little bio. If you want to take that, pause that, and give it a little read, you certainly can. Now, this is from an older wave of figures, and I don't have very many of them. I do have Faunus, but I do wish I had Azza. That would be really cool. There's the current state of Mythos right there. Now, once we get the review done, we are going to kit her out with some other things, and one of the things that we're going to add to her is the Xarria cape that I got from my cape seller on eBay, Action Figure Armory. So we're going to get that opened up and add that to her towards the end of the video. Starting off with her accessories, we do have this basic style belt that these older figures all came with. We have the 3 back attachments here. We have the thing that holds the shell shield. We have the wing adapters for both the small and larger wings. We have this basic knife that she comes with that we've seen 100 times before. And let's see, we also have this really nice scimitar. I think this is probably the nicest weapon that she comes with in the pack. It's got this silver blade, it's got this gold hilt, it's got studs on the handle there. It's kind of menacing looking. We do have this nice golden staff here, but we have this silver scepter top. I kind of wish the whole staff was this gray color with these 2 purple balls. I think looks great. It's a nice looking mystical staff, but we're going to upgrade her and give her something a little different to wield towards the end of the video. Next up, she has these really nice shoulder pauldrons that I do own already. I have a set of these. I think they came with the female skeleton builder, deluxe builder, but these things look very menacing and very cool, and I think they're going to look great on Xarria. It's a good addition to her character. And then, this was loose in the baggie, so it is counted as an accessory. So this is her hairpiece, her ponytail. It has this nice purplish blue gradient into this black hair. It looks really nice, and this is going to plug in right directly on top of her head in this little pommel and this little little circlet on the top of her head. Let's see, this is just, can we get this to pop in? Let's see, how is this going to work? There we go. But here she is standing straight up and down right out of the package. You can see just the base figure here, and she looks gorgeous. I was very excited to get her in hand, and even more excited that she came from a friend. So again, thank you, Greg, for adding this to my collection. I super appreciate it. Man, she just looks beautiful. The bright red, the orange kind of gradient tones, the hairpiece, her armor, how like she has so many unarmored pieces on her, the female hooves on the feet, just so much to love and take in with this figure. She just has a very menacing look, very Darth Maul-ish. So here we have her up close and personal. You can see there is a lot of detail on this head, and I really, really, really dig this head sculpt. You can see here there's lots of like little cracks and indents and lines sculpted into her head. The horns all have these sculpted lines, but also painted lines in there. You can see the little bangle right there that holds her ponytail. Nice gradient wash on the top of her head. The bright eyes, the lines on the face, spinning around here on the back. The lines continue on into these beautiful little spirals on the back of her head, which I think looks neat. And I kind of wish they were visible from the front. We see that neck tattoo going down her back, over her shoulder, across over her arm into the front. It comes onto the chest and down onto her waist as well. We have this nice kind of like orangish kind of glow to her skin, and then her upper chest armor has this little purplish wash to it, whereas the rest of her armor, like the gauntlets and the belt and the folds on the sides, all have this grayish look to them. Now her loincloth piece is like this pinkish purplish piece with black on top, and it's kind of left a little faded at the bottom. I don't know if that's a factory mistake or if that's just how it is, but we do have everything is like this dark gray except for her lower leg pieces, which are purple, and bring that purple in from the top part of her armor. Now we're going to go ahead and pop these shoulder pauldrons on to see what they look like when we get them in, and they fit in very nicely. I'm not having a lot of problems here pushing them in. I think they're working out just nicely. I love the way they have their armor coming around on the back. I think that looks really nice. Then we get both of the shoulder pauldrons on, and that really just adds a lot of width to her shoulders and just really changes her silhouette. And I really dig that. You can still see part of the tattoo coming through, and I'm glad that that works out that way. So let's go ahead and give her like probably my favorite weapon from the set so far is the scimitar. I think she looks nice holding it. It makes her very much like a warrior in this regard, and I think she looks really, really nice. Now, I do want to get her standing straight up and down and give you like a little size comparison, since she is like a 2.0 body, and she, you know, is a little smaller, but she's not really any shorter. Now, I have this head that I've put on this Gorgo Aetherblade 2 body, and you can see that they stand pretty much neck and neck, or horn and horn, as it were. You can see that they scale very nicely, and I think I'm going to position them on my shelf next to one another. Maybe husband and wife, or demon and demon together. Now we are going to kit her out at the end with some extra Poxus magical weapons and some effect pieces from the Poxus magical effects set. So we are going to kit her out a little bit more, but let's get him out of the way and let's see what we can do with her. Now, you guys know that I love the capes from Action Figure Armory. You can find them over on eBay. Just search up Action Figure Armory, or you can just search up Mythic Legion's custom capes, and they will definitely show up. They do come in a package that says Death by Plastic, which I'm not sure because the store is Action Figure Armory. You guys know I've shown off so many of these. Head over to that store and buy them all up because they're a great, great price. But this cape was made specifically for Xarria, so it has the purple on the outside, red on the inside, and you can see it's got the two holes kind of closer together because of this style body. So we are going to pop the head off. We're going to slide this right over the figure, and then we'll get it lined up with the holes on her back. You can see they line up perfectly, and then we'll start putting the shoulder pauldrons back on before we pop the head on. And we're going to see how this really changes her look. I just can't say enough good things about these capes. I've bought so many. I know Greg has. I tell everybody about them. Anytime somebody on the Cabal says, do you guys recommend capes? This is, you know, Action Figure Armory is who I recommend to everybody. These capes are beautiful. They're very stiff. They're very heavy. They hang beautifully. They've got real metal grommets and real metal chains on the top part of the cape, and also you can position the cape any way you want. It's a stiff material, stiff fabric, but the wires in it are perfectly matched to the weight of the cloth. So, you know, you've seen me you guys have seen me do this before, how you just kind of bunch it up and it's going to stay whatever position you want this in. You're going to be able to get it. You're going to be able to get it to stay in that position, windswept, left, right, whatever you want to do, blowing behind. You're going to be able to get that figure to do it. So let's get her kitted out with some other accessories and other things, and let's come back and I'll show you how she's going to stay on my shelf. There you have it. There's how Xarria will be on my shelf. I've got her with a new staff, some magic effects. We got her with this, I do have her on a Mythic Legion's base here. And then we've got like this belt that came with that magical weapons pack. It's got some scrolls and some bones and everything. And I just absolutely love the way this looks. It makes her very menacing. And with this cape, she just becomes like one of the best like sorceresses in all of Mythos on my shelf. I absolutely love this figure. Having not had her before, I didn't know if she was a warrior, if she was a sorceress. I didn't know what I was going to do with her, but after getting her out and playing around with her, I immediately felt like she was going to be an evil sorceress on my shelf. And, you know, having like the cape that I ordered to, you know, go along with her, and all of the effects pieces from Poxus, I was able to kit her out exactly how I want. But even with the stuff that she comes with, even though she's an older figure and she does come with some older accessories, she still has quite the shelf presence. She is an absolutely gorgeous and beautiful figure, and I can't thank you, Greg, enough for gifting her to me and adding her to my collection. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and watching. I super appreciate it. Please continue to check us out over at Instagram at Saturday Morning Toy Collector. I am your Saturday Morning Toy Collector. I'm your host, Mark, and I will see you in the toy aisles.